Hi, welcome to Everyday Living with Penny. My name's Penny Malone. We've got something different for you today. The Scott County Master Gardeners invited us out to make some live wreaths. And I have with me Scott Gerald from the Scott County Master Gardeners, and he's going to talk to you a little bit about the program.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Again, my name is Scott Gerald. I'm the Agricultural Extension Agent here in the county and work through Virginia Tech and Virginia State University. And we sponsor the Master Gardeners, who are basically our volunteer educators. And as Master Gardeners, they do commercial and both home type of horticulture events throughout the year. We have gardens at Natural Tunnel State Park. We do mushroom workshops, and then in the fall we do the Christmas wreath workshops. And that's what we're doing tonight.
So how can someone become a member?
There's actually a training period which is 50 hours of education and then 50 hours of actual work that they would have to do. They can contact our office and we can get them set up with an application for the training.
Okay, what's the contact information?
It is 276-452-2772.
Okay. All right, now we have a live demonstration for you, and it's going to be administered by Lowell Fowler.
All right, what we have done this year, traditionally we have used a 16-inch wreath. We've had some people say they wish they were a little smaller because they live in an apartment and have a smaller door. So this year we're offering a 12-inch. And what I'm working on here is a 12-inch. And I'm going to finish this up as part of the demonstration, and you can see how this process works. The main thing is finding the right size cluster that you want. And what I'm sure you've noticed back here already is lots of different textures and colors. It's just like landscaping. You want to use different colors, different textures. Of course, something like this would be a rough texture, and then the conifer is more of a fine texture. So once you get the grip of how much you want to use, of course you have these hoops in the frame, and the trick to this is when you bend them over, you want to hit them hard enough to where your greenery doesn't come loose. But if you hit what I call the shoulder too hard, it'll pinch the stem off and they'll fall out. So I'm going to demonstrate that. When you do the wreath, you always want to lay your stuff in there the same way. So once you get to the end, you can see I've got 2 brackets left that I've got to finish. So when you get to that point, you may want to ask for someone to come and hold the greenery back for you. You lay my technique, you'll have to develop your own, I guess, is the front one, I bend it with my hammer, and then the back one's pretty easy back down. And here's the trick, is hitting that shoulder, and by the shoulder I'm talking about this area right here. You want to hit it tight enough to hold it in place. This particular greenery right here is Fraser fir. I would encourage you to use quite a bit of it because it has such a good fragrance. And also it'll hold its needles longer than any of the others. So make sure that's kind of your backbone of your wreath. And I'm going to do my final one. You have to pull it back over. Stick it in there nice and snug. That is pretty much a finished wreath, and at this point you can come in and take, we have several different rolls of wire around. Something like the teasel has a very brittle stem. You may want to take a piece of wire and tie around it, and then you can secure it wherever you want to in the wreath. I like to use white pine cones. And for whatever reason, I typically tend to use 3. They're lightweight, so they're pretty easily secured together. You kind of turn them however you want. The key to this is just work your wire down through the wreath wherever you want your cones or teeth or whatever else you want to tie to it. Well, then they're pretty snug, and then the back, you can just wrap your wire around part of the frame, around the stem, or whatever. Because again, they're such lightweight, there's not going to be a lot of pressure on them. Then you can manipulate them and arrange them in whatever orientation you like. That's kind of the type of finished product you'll be able to take home with you tonight. Any questions? Again, we'll be through the course of the evening traveling around. If you have any questions, if you need a helping hand, let us know. The last thing you do when you finish it is this is a preservative. Just holler at me and I'll give it a good spritz. And this is especially true if you're going to take it inside and make a centerpiece on your dining room table or something. If you hang it on an exterior door, you can get by with just a little water. But this is available through storage supplies if you want to look and find you something. Also, at some point tonight, I think the Master Gardeners are going to give you the opportunity to make you a swag, which the swag will be about 18 inches long. And what, $4? Is that what you said on those? Yeah. So if you're interested in that, I'll cut a frame for you and kind of show you how we do that. Okay, good luck.
Egan Construction in Gate City is a fully licensed electrical, industrial, commercial, and residential contractor whose services include maintenance on home or corporate offices, custom designed kitchen renovations, demolitions, insurance restorations due to water dryouts, wind damage, or fire, licensed interior designing and architectural drawings, full excavations. They're licensed in Virginia and Tennessee. That's Egan Construction, 345 Water Street in Gate City.
Okay, I'm here with Carolyn Taylor. She's with the Scott County Master Gardeners, and she's going to show me how to put my wreath together. So she's going to tell me about all of the different trees and plants that we're going to be putting in here.
We're going to start with a 12-inch frame, and we are going to use various greenery, hemlock, boxwood, cypress. We're going to, and nandina. For a 12-inch frame, you want to choose your lengths that are about 10 inches. You want to have about 4. And then for color, we're going to add this nandina. And this is how the first one's going to look. And I'm going to let you do this.
Okay.
We're going to put it between this.
Okay.
And you'll need a hammer. And hammer that in sometimes I will bring it in with my hand. And you want to hammer those in very tightly.
That?
Yes.
Okay.
And we're going to repeat it until we completely fill the perimeter.
Okay.
Boxwood is excellent as a filler. And you like this, so I'm going to let you, about 4 pieces will do it.
Okay.
And I'll let you decide what you want.
Do we have any small berries?
We do. We'll put the berries in probably last because when we hammer, they have a tendency to fall.
Oh, okay.
So that is 3 pieces. And you like the nandina, and we're just going to cut with our pruners.
Okay.
And you don't want it too long because you're working with a 12-inch wreath. Okay. So put that right in front. So just place that in the next one.
You kind of at an angle?
At an angle, that's perfect. And then just hammer away. Really hard. Make sure that, and I occasionally will pick up and pull to make sure they're not going to come out.
Okay.
Just keep going in the circular fashion.
Okay.
And you love this.
Yeah.
That's your favorite. And you like the boxwood. And let's switch off to this one next. That's 3 pieces.
Actually, that's pretty full.
That is pretty. I would go with that one, and you just continue in this one. And she will be covering up each one of these as she makes the circle. Let me help you here.
Okay.
Really hard. And again, just continue.
Okay.
And you love the boxwood.
Yeah. Creature of habit.
And you may want, again, you may want to use that. That might
Okay.
be too much.
Well, could I do it in the back?
Put it behind. And what we try to do, we have contrasting colors that kind of complement each other. And I'll let you decide. We
Okay.
probably need to put some Nandina in this one.
Okay.
And I'll let you cut. And let's turn the color. Yes, that's perfect. And let's see how it's going. You want to turn it just like that.
Okay.
Let me see here. Let's look at this again. We're going to have to bring that one up to.
Oh, okay.
You want to cover the previous one that you just hammered in.
Okay.
Here we go.
I don't want to hit your fingers.
Really hard. Now let's give this a slight pull. You pull that and see how loose it is.
Okay.
Hammer that just a little bit more.
Okay.
Because it's not going to, it's a little bit more, a little bit harder. Still kind of loose.
Do I need more in it?
We can put our berries in there in a few minutes and
Okay.
kind of fill it in. We'll remember it's at this Nandina.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'll let you,
Sorry.
you really like this, so I'm going to, I think you need to use some of the blue this time. And this is a larger one. You might want to go with the larger one.
Yeah.
And you might want to, because we need to kind of fill this in a little bit more. Again, I want you to look at this, and you can see the circumference and how, this one we're going to have to work with, but we can do it. We can even use some wire. But you see how pretty the circumference, we're about even all the way around. Okay?
Let's put some boxwood with this.
You like boxwood. You love boxwood.
Yeah, I probably need a little more in
There
this
you go.
one. About right here?
And make sure, yes, as long as you can see your two prongs there.
Okay. Oops, sorry.
Just a second. You like this? I want this piece right here.
Okay.
Now we're going to cut this large piece. I would go down about 10 inches for
Okay.
that one. And it's going to go with this boxwood.
Okay.
There you go.
I like that.
You like that? Mhm.
Does it need to be fuller?
I would choose
What about if I put some Nandina?
Nandina. It's good. And I would use another piece of Nandina there. I think you need to, this one right here. Let's see how this looks.
I like that.
You like that? I like that better too, yeah. Yes. Now you want to make sure that these are turned in here, so let's just,
Okay.
if you can. There you go.
Without it.
There you go.
Oh. Well, that's gonna
Let's
have
see
to come
if-
back up.
That's pretty loose.
good?
That's pretty tight, yes. Now, are you interested in a magnolia to go in?
Yeah.
Okay, I would use my magnolia I would use it next, but you need a filler behind it.
Okay.
And I would use, you really like this. So
I like that.
let's cut one of those about there, down to that
This one right here?
that branch. And we're gonna, and what we'll do, we'll just put those there.
That'll work.
And now I would turn, let's go ahead and see how this is going to. Okay, let's put this. Magnolia can overwhelm your wreath because the leaves are so large, but, and again, you need to eyeball it before we do it. Is this going to be too large for you?
Well, it's.
And we can do it like that.
Oh, I think that'll look good.
Don't you think? Okay. And also, you've got a little bud there, so that's good.
So that needs to go
It
in
needs to
there.
go. Right, now let's do something else here to kind of fill it in because that is, let me put this behind it because that's not enough to close the gap.
Okay.
I would go with that, and you'll really have to press that in.
Okay.
Tell you one other thing too, let me go behind with something because we need something, it's not going to fill it up enough.
Okay.
Let me slide, we're going to slide this in behind it.
You want to pull this out this way?
Yes. Just as a filler.
Okay.
And let's see, how's that going to look? Is that going to let's see.
No, I think it looks good.
Okay. Because that's a pretty wide gap there just to put in 2 or 3 small pieces. And really hammer that in hard. I'll move my finger.
Yeah, please. Okay. We'll turn around and show.
Yeah, and again, we're looking for symmetry. And again, we may have to do a little bit with that. We may have to wire that in tighter, and I think we will at the end.
Okay.
I think we should wire that in a minute, but we
Sure.
can do that at the end.
Okay.
Okay. And you love this.
Got me one.
Okay. You go right ahead. I'm going to let you do that one.
Let's see. Can I have some boxwood? That's too thick, isn't it? Or do you think that'll be okay?
Well, let's place it in there and before we hammer and see what you think. I do that a lot. Okay, let's do this, which that's going to be perfect there.
Okay.
That boxwood is pretty large. If I do boxwood, I would go with one smaller.
Okay. Let's do some Nandina.
Let's do some Nandina. We need some red right there. Okay. In fact, I think we should use a little bit more Nandina. We're taught to use numbers of 3 sometimes when we're decorating and setting out plants. I would put in a 3rd, and if that's too much, then we can always...
I like that.
Okay, let's go with that.
Okay.
And again, I like to kind of test it, make sure very tight enough. Okay. Looking
it.
good. Okay.
It smells good too.
We lack 3 more.
Okay.
So you love this. You may have some. I would sometimes when it's cut off, I go ahead and use it because I don't mind. Or that would be better. And you love boxwood. I would use this boxwood. This is pretty. The blue color is so pretty.
Yeah. So
I would put that on top of my boxwood.
Okay.
And I think it's about time for some of this.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, I like that.
Don't you like that color?
You said it goes towards the inside, right?
Right. I make sure that, yeah. We don't want to, I think that's going to be perfect. Let me see, is this turned on the right side? Yes, I believe. Sometimes
It's hard to tell.
we've got it turned upside down. We need to, no, you're right. It is hard to tell. Okay, there you go.
There we go.
Very good.
Can we move that up just a
We certainly
tad?
can.
There we go.
Yeah. That's okay. Very,
can wire it in.
It's very forgiving. How about that?
That works.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, you need 2 more.
Okay. Do we want to do something different for the back? How about if we use the, what's this right here?
That is the special, I forget what Margaret called it. I will have to ask about that. The hemlock will dry out just a little bit more. It has a tendency to dry. This is this will dry out some.
Okay.
You've not used any. I don't know if I would go with it or not since
Yeah.
you've not used any. I would keep going with my,
The backing.
I would keep going with what I've been, and you've not used any cedar, and you may not want to use any cedar. I would keep going with what I started with, I think.
Okay.
So we need, I need to get you more.
Oh, here's some of this.
Okay.
And we can put,
Here's some more. You may want to cut some of this, and that'll take care of that. That'll take care of the last 2.
okay.
Okay, go ahead and place it in there, and let's see how we like it. I like this a little
do
bit more
too.
of that. Yes, let's go with that. Okay. And again, I like to make okay.
Okay.
You like one more. Let's look at it again. And we are almost done. And we'll put in. That's going to be pretty. Okay.
Yeah.
I would keep with this since you like it so well. I would cut me a piece of this, and I would get probably the top part, about 10 inches. And then you like the here's boxwood. You like the boxwood, and these are longer pieces, and we can cut. I would go ahead and place it. That's a pretty big piece. We don't want to overwhelm it.
Okay, so take off maybe the bottom 4 here.
Yes, probably, yes.
Okay. That better?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's place it and see how it's going to. Okay, and you know something, I would rather have this on top.
Okay.
Let's put the boxwood behind,
Okay.
and let's use a little bit more of this or the boxwood.
Okay.
I really think this is pretty. So cut another piece. This is a good piece. Let's see how this.
Needs something on top though, doesn't it?
Yes, to keep in line. You have a lot.
Nandina? Well, no, I have got a lot of
you
red.
have a lot of Nandina. What we probably need to do is to. I would think I would go with that, and then we'll stick in some berries.
Okay.
And that we need some berries. So let's go ahead with this last. Now, we need to decide let's get this out of the way. Let's kind of see what we have. I'll let you look at it first.
Okay.
Now, we're going to put some berries here, and I'll show her in just a minute. Okay. And you can decide where you want the top or bottom, and do you want a bow on this?
Yes.
Okay. I would put my berries here, and I think you need some berries with leaves on them.
Yes.
So let's try to slide these in very carefully.
Okay.
I think you need those two, and we have plenty. Now the stems may break, so just as gentle as you can.
I just broke a stem.
Okay, they do break. Well, here we can go in this side here. See that little opening down there? Ha!
Perfect.
Perfect.
See if I can get one on this side.
Yeah, and I can help you here. And then I think we need a third. What do you think?
I do.
And
Can you go
let's-
through back way?
I think I can. I broke it, but we can see. They do break. I think, let me see here. It probably will break again. I can go under this hemlock here, I think.
Okay.
I'll go underneath it there. Now, if something is still showing, we can, okay, I'll let you look at it. Uh-oh,
Something fell out. Something else fell out.
that's okay, you can shake it. Now, you look at it and you see where you want to enhance it.
Okay, so we're really full down here, so we probably need to get something up in here, right?
I would, and let's show, we haven't put a bow up here, and we haven't wired in, we probably will have to wire in the holly. Now, I think we need some holly up there, and
Yes.
it can be a larger holly, and I'll let you decide how you want it and how much.
Okay. Ooh, I like that piece.
You like that piece? And probably there, yes. And we can wire, do you want another piece going this way?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Let me see if I can.
And we can wire that in. Okay. Probably if you're going to use a berry here, I would put another piece of holly there. I would use 3 hollies, 1, 2, 3.
Right, yes.
A small, and I don't know, I might make it the size in between these two. This is awfully large, but let's go ahead and put a piece in there just to see how it looks. You may not like it. I like it, and we need to we'll choose a bow, and we'll decide how we want to hang it. Also, we may bring this in a bit, see how these are coming into the center, and that kind of enhances it. So you look at it. Do you think there's too much red on this right side? Why don't you take the big piece out and look at it and see what you...
I like that better.
You like it better?
Yeah.
And then I'll let you hold it for the camera, and I'll step back. Except for a bow and wiring in, I think we're pretty good shape.
Okay. All right then, so now how do we wire?
We'll have to find a wire, and I don't know where the wire went to. It was here a minute ago. Mr. Fowler, do you know where the wire is? And I don't wire it in unless it is loose. So just break off a piece, about 10, well, let's see, at least 10 inches. And what I want you to do is I have this, I want you to wrap it around the base of this holly under my fingers.
Okay.
Right. And let's put it through this little branch here, and I'm going to take it underneath one side, and hopefully I can feel it from the other side.
There it is.
Okay, and I'm going to let you wire that.
Okay. So just what do you just twist it
Just
like
twist it 2 or 3 times. I only do that if I think the holly is going to fall out.
Okay.
And also we need to do the same for this larger piece over here.
Okay.
It probably will stay, but we don't want to take any chances. And I'm going to, let's see. I'm going to pull this up and let you go right. I would go right through the middle of that holly branch.
Okay.
And let's try to push it all the way through.
Okay, there's one piece.
Okay. And I'll let you see if you can.
There it is.
Okay, I'll let you tie that in. And I want to do something with the magnolia because he's
Okay.
kind of, okay,
Beautiful.
let's get a piece of wire about at least 10 inches and let's just go around the base here of the, he's in very secure, but we want to
Pull him a little.
tie him down. And let's see how it's going to look before we go too far. Again, your magnolia can be overwhelming, but they really add a lot to the...
Okay.
Now, I want you to look at it. Let me hold it and you look at it and see what you would do. Does it need to
I
be...
think that really helped the magnolia.
Does it need to be fluffed out, or do we need to add more red to it?
No more red.
What do you think?
I think it looks good.
Okay, and we need a bow.
Do we need something right here? We're a little flat.
Let me see. We are flat, but what you can always do,
Do that at the top.
make that the top.
It don't really need a bow though, does it?
It really doesn't need a bow.
Because if we made this the top,
Make that the top. And that's what you do. And I like this coming down. I think it's fine.
all right. There we go. Thank you, Miss Carolyn
Good
Taylor.
job. You're welcome. A good job.
Oh, thank you for joining me today, and we'll probably do some shots of the other wreaths that's been finished, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
Egan Construction in Gate City is a fully licensed electrical, industrial, commercial, and residential contractor whose services include maintenance on home or corporate offices, custom designed kitchen renovations, demolitions, insurance restorations due to water dryouts, wind damage, or fire, licensed interior designing and architectural drawings, full excavations. They're licensed in Virginia and Tennessee. That's Egan Construction, 345 Water Street in Gate City.